This is why I think the Devouring Mother is the worst type or the most dangerous type of wounded archetype, because this is the kind of person who's going to take something in good faith and is going to warp it into something that is unrecognizable and downright harmful.
Do you
I
think
hope
her
that
mother exhibited this behavior?
absolutely either this or something similar. Um, and all that I can use from this perspective is my own life experience. Um, my own mother wasn't necessarily a devouring mother. She was more of a eternal daughter,
Mm.
and so she had the desire for attention without the responsibility. But she had a lot of responsibility because both my sister and I were high needs kids. My sister has a learning disability. I was diagnosed with ADHD at a very young age. So there was a lot of attention that we needed. And my father was always working. He was always doing something to provide for the family. So she felt like she was always alone, having to do the job on her own. And so that led to very abusive behaviors in the home. And for my sister, what I see from her is not eternal daughter behavior. It seems more like devouring mother behavior, where she uses the enmeshment in order to create stability, but it's more like control. And so it's hard to say what kind of behavior her mother um, exhibited, but I guarantee it was wounded, whatever behavior it was. And that combined probably with either an emotionally or even a physically absent father probably added to that.
Just for my own curiosity, can you be a combination of them, or is it usually just like kind of on a spectrum? You're either in one area, another.
Well, personality archetypes is usually a core need and a motivator. So the core need is going to be one archetype. So it's going to be for females, it's going to be the seeker, the sovereign, the lover, or the companion. And then the motivator is going to also be one of those. But the core need is what we need in order to satisfy our own selves, in order to feel like we are stable. And then the motivator is how we connect with others in order to create that connection, safety, and whatnot. So
Okay.
you'll have someone who could be a seeker with a seeker core need with a sovereign motivator. That's absolutely possible.
Okay.
And then the behaviors that you get from that are going to give you a really good indicator of who they are, as well as how they might operate if they are wounded.
Hmm. Interesting. Thank you for that.
As I always say, thank you for the free therapy.
You're very welcome.
It kind of reminds me of I just was watching something earlier about the state of many people's debt situations today, and it made me think of her because one of the individuals that was commentating on it said that women are the ones that will slowly put themselves into debt, where men will slowly put themselves into debt to impress their friends and get the things that all their friends are getting, where the men will put themselves into debt in one big go because they're trying to get the things that their friends don't have. And that kind of made me think of that's probably something she might engage in, where she's trying to uh, buy her way into certain lifestyles without actually backing it up with uh, efficacy.
That's what clout looks like to me. I mean, anytime you use the internet to gossip, to spread rumors, to incite some type of thrilling, sultry type of dialogue for discussion for people, I think that's your way of trying to get out there. And folks don't really have no shame whatsoever. None. Everything that Jason just said sounds like a generational curse to me. I'm just saying it because you can have an addiction to drugs, you can have an addiction to being a pathological liar. It can be a combination. It can be a number of things. I don't have the terminology, but I can call out certain demonic spirits if I see it. Familiar spirits. Oh, I know them. I know them well. Those are the same people that you constantly find yourself in a revolving door with. Those are familiar spirits. It's not the vessel, it's the spirit. And the reason why you keep on running into those is because there's something in you that you need to get rid of and you need to cleanse up out of you so that you can beat this thing that's constantly coming at you. Mom
Next time
and dad,
this just
I don't know what they did. I know, right? It made me, it made me think of this end. I don't, but I see it's certain stuff I don't do, man. I'm not about to mock God. The in the movie it was a scene and I get it, but nah, I'm not touching that. I will say this though, in terms of the question itself, just because someone says no to you does not mean that it's a bad thing. Just because you don't get the person that you want or you don't get the job that you want or whatever, that does not mean that it's a bad thing. Dude just got saved so much therapy. Like he could have went down a whole entirely different path and it would not have been pretty. But you never